Booker, Striker, Sombr.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
We're doing fantastic.
We need to drop the E's from our name.
So what would it be? Strykr, Bookr.
Yeah.
And that's would work because it would go with Sombr, SOMB.
Right.
Well, period R.
Well, no, that's just my Instagram.
Oh, that's the Instagram.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's just SOMBR. We got to get with this, dude.
Yeah.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Dude, I'm great.
Yeah?
I'm great.
We're talking about off camera. So I'm born and raised in LA. He's lived in New York, all over the country. Where are you from?
I'm from Manhattan, Lower East Side.
Wow. And so growing up in that area, were you a fan of like bands from the East Coast, West Coast, bands from the 70s, 2000? Like who were bands you love?
Radiohead.
Oh, nice.
And Jeff Buckley.
My favorite.
Those are like probably my two biggest influences.
So how did a band like Radiohead end up on your radar?
My dad.
Oh, is that right?
He would always play OK Computer around the house.
The best album on top of it. He said my two favorites, the best Radiohead album and Jeff Buckley, Last Goodbye is the greatest song ever written.
Maybe Lover You Should Have Come Over.
That's pretty good too, I guess.
Yeah.
Was there a Radiohead song that you would put on repeat when your dad was playing? Like, you know what, this one sticks out and it's stuck in my head?
He would always have No Surprises, playing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say like today, like my personal favorite would be like Fake Plastic Trees or All I Need. Or
I love all of those.
When I think of your neighborhood, and I did a lot of playing in your neighborhood, I 17 years I lived in New York, and most of it was spent in your neighborhood. Is it hard to make music when there's so much chaos? You can't really get loud. You're on top of people when you live in the Lower East Side. Headphones, I mean, is that essentially how you're making everything?
No, it's very hard, and I didn't last long. So it was very relieving to move to LA and not be right, have someone on the other side of the wall of my studio. So yeah, it's very difficult to record in a New York City apartment. It's insane.
What was happening with you mentally and in your life that music went from maybe a hobby to something that you thought you could do professionally?
Yeah, I mean, I was making music. I started when I was the Sombr project when I was a sophomore in high school, and then my junior year, I made a song called Caroline, and I thought it was the best song I'd ever made. And I'd never posted my music on the internet or anything, so I posted it on TikTok one day, and then I went to bed, and then the next morning I woke up and everything changed.
Really?
Yeah,
That quickly?
It was like the overnight thing. And it kind of gave me the platform and got me signed, and yeah.
Did someone have to push you to do that, or is that more of a, I'm just screwing around, let's see what happens? That was
I was
it.
like, I'm tired of going to school. I don't want to, have a job. I just want to do music as my job.
Yeah.
Did you have any nerves or any sort of anxiety when you first put the song up on the internet for people to listen, judge, enjoy, all of that kind of stuff?
So much anxiety, bro. And yeah, I was really scared of what people at school would say. That was like my biggest fear. And then even today, like whenever I release something, dude, it is like the scariest thing.
What did they say?
I don't know. Like some of them were very supportive, and then some of them would make funny comments or whatever. But that's just a part of it. Like when you're trying to do anything ever, or put yourself out there ever, someone's gonna try to take you down because they're insecure, and
Yeah.
it's just a part of it, and that means you're doing the right thing.
He went to a very cool high school, LaGuardia High School. So to move out here and to ditch school and be done with that, you got to be happy about that.
So glad.
Look at him.
Yeah.
I have a question about Caroline before we ask about Back to Friends. Is that a song that you just made in your bedroom by yourself, nobody helping you?
Yeah, I'm the only writer and producer on that in my childhood bedroom at my parents' house.
Will you change that?
No.
No.
Never. Back to Friends, now my biggest song to date. Just
Yes.
me as well.
And where did you record that?
In my LA home studio, and then I took it into a real studio to put live instruments on it.
Nice.
Sound City Studios in Van Nuys.
Okay.
Sound City.
Yeah, there you go. Very nice. Another in my neighborhood.
And Sound City, the Dave Grohl documentary,
true.
of course, with the Neve board in there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is
So
true.
cool.
So you're now living in Los Angeles. You're 2 years in, and I get this so often as someone that spent like 17 years in New York. I'm about 17 years in Los Angeles now. What do you like?
I really like the weather here. It's great, like year round. It's amazing. New York, I like just like the culture better and like the being able to walk everywhere. And I think the people, the people are a bit different.
Yes.
So it's like refreshing to be in New York because you never know who you're gonna run into. And
Yeah.
Do you have a driver's license and do you drive in LA?
yeah, I have a driver's
Okay.
license. I failed my test before I got it, but I finally got my license.
That just proves that he's a
Wait.
New Yorker, because all New Yorkers fail their first test.
But
when
is
they
that
come
the
out here.
writing test or is the driving test that you failed?
Both.
Like the
Yeah, I was gonna
both.
say you should really flag both of them to be a true New Yorker. So congratulations, I like that.
Thank you.
So what? So you just announced, actually, I think it was today, an unbelievably cool-looking big tour, including a show in LA at the El Rey Theater in October. How are you feeling as you're sitting here with us right now about that?
Dude, I'm so excited. All I've ever wanted to do is tour, and being able to do it, I'm happy. That's all I can say.
Nice.
What's
Congratulations, by the way.
What's daunting about that tour schedule? Because I look at it, it's like cities like Pittsburgh that you probably never have been to, and then you look at places in different countries and such.
Yeah.
Have you been to some of these cities already, or
Yeah.
are most of them foreign to you?
So I've already done a full North America tour twice. So I've been to most of the cities, some
Okay.
new cities, but it's just so exciting. Every new city, I'll find a new thrift store or vinyl store, and it's my favorite thing to do when I'm on the road.
Do you write when you're on the road?
I try. It's very
you
difficult.
do, really? And it's difficult because of the schedule or just trying to get some clear thoughts to put down?
Yeah, the schedule. First of all, there's no time, and basically the only time I have time is after my show. But I'm just exhausted.
Right.
But on off days, I'll usually go into a local studio and work till 4 a.m.
When you write and keep notes, are they actual notes? Are they vocal notes? Are they voice messages? Is there a hodgepodge of kind of everything?
Yeah, it's all of the above.
We were with Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains, and he showed us his phone.
Oh.
Was it 4,200 notes he
Yeah.
made for himself
Yeah.
for song ideas?
Yeah.
Wild.
How many do you think you have saved up out there?
Should I check?
Yes, please check.
Now
Here
that
we
you say
go.
that, I'm actually very curious.
Okay, let's go.
So you keep them under notes then?
I'm
right?
guessing 710.
memos.
I'm saying 710.
How do I see the total?
I'm going to take the under.
You're going under
ooh.
that?
How do you see the total? I think when you click on the actual.
Oh, 713.
Oh, that was pretty good.
No way. It's not 713.
713.
Come
Pretty
on.
good. That
I
was
feel
pretty
like that's
good.
kind of weak. I thought it would be in the thousands.
Jerry Cantrell's 60 years old.
Yeah.
okay? You're doing just fine. Trust me.
Wow. Okay. So, what is your plan? I'm just curious. In LA, the rest of the day today, do you go to In-N-Out? I don't know if you're vegetarian. What kind of stuff do you do
Dude,
for
I'm
fun?
I'm gonna go to In-N-Out, then I'm gonna go to Disney World, then I'm gonna go to Universal.
He's gonna operate the tram ride and show us the
Yeah.
Jaws
Then I'm gonna go
attraction
to Barney's Beanery.
There you go. He's doing all. He's
Then go to
naming
the
all
Roxy,
LA
on the
things.
rocks, the Rainbow. He's gonna get some
Oh, I
pizza
love
there.
the rainbow.
Yeah,
The
Rainbow's
rainbow's the
great.
best. Do you have a lot of friends out here? You've only been out here for a couple of years, and it is a little different when you move to LA because it is so spread out. You're forced to have friends in New York. Everyone around you, you're like, we got to be friends because we're on top of one another. So did you find it hard to make friends out here?
Well, it wasn't very hard because I moved out here with music friends from New York that had similar stuff going on. And then my community is a lot of my good friends are not from LA and people I met before LA. But yeah, I have a great artist community around me, super nice people, and I love it. I'm very happy.
Nice.
It's wild. Before this, and we're not going to give addresses or neighborhoods or anything, but all of our LA stories, we all lived within a couple. Almost like New York, a couple of 100 yards from one another, which is
crazy.
weird when you sit down and talk about these stories. It is much like a New York story.
We're all connected.
Yeah, it's
And
wild.
just hanging out with you right now, I feel so enthused. A young, talented human.
Thank you.
Yeah, making songs in their bedroom that are doing incredibly well, that we're playing on our station, playing songs you're streaming around the world to huge numbers. Thank you, Sombr, for hanging out with us,
There you
man.
go.
Thank you guys.
You got
There
it.
you go.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.